All right, here we are, another beautiful day in Quito. We got some tennis going on over here. Oh, that's a nice shot, nice little backhand. So of course, I'm Ryan and I make videos in Ecuador sharing what it's like to live in this beautiful country with you guys. Today we're talking shrimp creole, shrimp kebabs, fried shrimp, stir-fried shrimp, shrimp covered in shrimp stuffed with shrimp, shrimpy shrimps, big shrimps, tiger shrimps, all kinds of shrimp. Today though, we're talking ceviche, one of the best dishes in all of Ecuador. So in Ecuador, they do ceviche a little bit different than they do in Peru. There's a special ingredient in one version of their ceviche, and that's what I'm having today. Something that they add that just is a nice pop to the dish.
Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this. Y'all don't know people like this.
This is Parque Carolina. It's I'd say probably the third biggest park in Quito, and it's right downtown. You see a lot of high-rise buildings around us. It's kind of the downtown central park. A lot of people come here for recreation. And let's see if we can pop this mask down so you guys can actually understand what I'm saying. So legally, I'm not supposed to have the mask down at all in Quito or in anywhere in Ecuador. It's a fine if you get caught with your mask off, but I think I'm okay right now in the middle of this park.
That's the sound of the police!
Yeah, I got a guy with a mask down, permission to open fire.
It's stuck behind the fence here. It's an old dog. So shrimp in Ecuador is pretty special, I think.
I'm special!
Right now, according to some of the shrimp industry reports that I've read, Ecuador has the cheapest shrimp in the world. Whether it's the cheapest to buy the shrimp here, I'm not really sure. I was at the market the other day, it was $4.50 for a pound of shrimp, which I think is a pretty good deal. If you know how much the shrimp costs in your country per pound, then leave me a comment below. I'm curious to see what other people are paying. This was at a market, this was peeled shrimp and deveined. At the grocery store, you can get really good prices on shrimp here too. Ecuador is the second largest shrimp exporter in the world. They export to 56 different countries. And Ecuador takes a lot of pride in their shrimp industry. 5 years ago, they invested a bunch of money into it, and they're just starting to see the benefits of that now. The shrimps they're producing here are bigger, they produce more. The shrimp quality is top notch. A shrimp farm in Asia might have 100 to 1,000 shrimp per square meter, but in Ecuador, only 10 to 15 shrimp per square meter. I mean, that's fantastic. That really gives the shrimp some room to like stretch out, maybe play some equivolley, you know, hang out with his buddies, shoot around, play some soccer, maybe do some yoga in the park. But what's even more important than the recreational lives of shrimp, less disease will spread in the shrimp community, and they'll need less antibiotics for the shrimp, which is better for humans, better for the environment. There are actually Ecuadorian shrimp companies that haven't used antibiotics in over 15 years. This looks like fun. I want to go in here. It's closed though. In 2008, 7 of Ecuador's largest shrimp producers got together, formed a partnership called the Sustainable Shrimp Partnership. For shrimp producers to be a part of it, everything has to be traceable. They can't use any antibiotics. Their wastewater has to be tested, and it can't do any damage to the environment. If there's any negative impacts on the environment from their wastewater, they can't be a part of the group. So last year, 55% of Ecuador shrimp went to China. Some of that Chinese money making it rain. However, along came the coronavirus, and of course, every industry was impacted by it. But the shrimp industry in Ecuador really took a hit. Back in July, the Chinese actually found traces of COVID-19 on shrimp packages from Ecuador. So they banned a bunch of shrimp coming in from Ecuador. Large, major companies, producers of shrimp, couldn't send their shrimp to China anymore, which is like such a massive hit when 55% of your shrimp is going there. So the price per kilo of shrimp went down. It dropped to $4.67 in September, $4.67 per kilogram for shrimp, which I think is like an all-time low almost. So now China is using that discovery as a way to distance themselves from the coronavirus. Government-run news sources in China are putting out reports saying that the virus didn't originate in China. It actually was brought in on frozen foods from other countries. Is there any scientific evidence that supports that? No, not any that's been released to the public at least. In fact, the WHO is saying that the chances of catching coronavirus from frozen food packaging is extremely low. I seem to have stumbled into a sort of swamp-ish area here. At any rate, I don't want to turn this into a COVID-19 China video. So what we're gonna do is put that topic aside and we're gonna go get a bowl of ceviche. Nice and woodsy, big trees, old trees. This way. Gracias. Mixto? Sí, mixto. Junior mixto. Junior mixto? Sí. So, I just ordered the mixto, mix of fish and shrimp. It's probably my favorite. I like the fish a lot, but it's nice to have a little bit of shrimp in there as well. But you can get all kinds of ceviche in Ecuador. Octopus, clams, straight up shrimp or fish, squid. They even have ceviche, which is a type of bean. This place here only really does fish and shrimp. So if you don't know what ceviche is, it's essentially raw fish soaked in lime and some other flavors. The lime helps make it so you can eat it even though the fish is raw. If the idea of that sounds a little weird or gross to you, well, in Ecuador, they actually cook most of their ceviche. The fish, maybe they'll just flash fry it. They don't always cook it, but most places will. And the shrimp, definitely boil it for a little bit. So it's not as like risky, I guess. Oh, here we go. Gracias. Look at that. Check this out. So, see the shrimp, obviously, fish underneath here. The broth is usually made up of lime juice, orange juice, and then sometimes like tomato juice or ketchup even. There's actually ketchup in here. This is ketchup. So they haven't like mixed it in yet. It's just plopped it on top. And this is actually mustard, yellow mustard, which again might seem a little weird, but trust me, it works. It's really good. You'll also get cilantro. You see some cilantro in there and probably some red onions in here and slices of tomato, some little tomato chunks. So every area of Ecuador seems to do their ceviche a little different. Mostly the coastal provinces, obviously. This is probably my favorite kind, at least it's the most unique kind, the kind I've never had before. It's from Jipijapa. It's in Manabí province. And their big thing is adding this right here. This is peanut paste, ground up peanuts, like peanut butter without sugar. Also avocados, that's the other addition. So avocados and peanut paste. One of the more unique ceviches out there, I would say. The smells coming from this is just amazing. You get the peanut smell, and then also like the lime kind of freshness. Oh man, I can't wait to eat this. Along with seafood, they love using peanut in Manabí cooking. They have a salt mixture, it's called salprita. It literally means something like dark salt, and it's like salt, peanut, ground up peanuts, and crushed tostados, which are like corn, toasted corn. And it's just this delicious little seasoning. I put it on popcorn, it's just really good. They use it for seasoning fish and other meat. It's just a really good Ecuadorian seasoning that you probably have never heard of, but they use it a lot in some of the best cooking in Ecuador. So let's dig into this, try this out. Big old shrimp. Got some avocado, some fish, some tomato. Just like a freshness, and also the peanut paste adds this richness to it. Nice little pop of peanut flavor. Just so good. I'm gonna throw some of these in there. Ooh. Throw some chifles in there. So this place here is called Pepe 3, I think, just because it's the third one in Quito, maybe. But you could say that they invented Jipijapa style ceviche. Their father, the father of the chain that owns the chain, the family owns the chain, but the family that owns the chain, the father, he started a ceviche stand in Jipijapa, and he was the first one to add the peanut paste to it and the avocado. So he started that, it expanded, just kept growing, and now he has locations all over Ecuador. Police are here. Apparently this place is so good the police are here. Let's add a little bit of this hot sauce. Smell it.
In Quito, in the historic center, the areas with the most alerts due to agglomerations. The crowds have been the biggest headache for the control authorities amid the health emergency caused by COVID-19. Since March 2020, the historic center of Quito is the
It's not your typical ceviche. So if you come to Ecuador, make sure you come try it. Of course, the best ceviche is served on the coast. So if you come to Ecuador, you can make it out to the coast. Go crazy on the seafood there because it's incredible, it's delicious, it's cheaper there, and fresher. It's just amazing. But if you can't do that, don't worry, there's plenty of cevicherias all across Ecuador. You can find it even in the small mountain towns. So definitely try it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. I've got the whole police force on my side over here. If you don't subscribe, they will come after you. Okay, I'm gonna eat. Goodbye.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm gonna go all. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the bank. Not a superhero, I don't save. Look at my face. Look at my grades. Don't match up, no love. Fuck a date. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah. When I check the cost, I was like, oh, that's expensive. Ay, rolling flex in my ear.